The impact is being felt actually immediately. One, you look at the margins that airlines ordinarily make. Globally, the airlines operate on very thin profit margins. The best run airlines typically make about 3.9% in terms of profit margins. African airlines make 1% and under 1% in terms of margins. So when you have and one of the biggest expenses that airlines incur has to do with fuel. So when you have a crisis like this, the first and foremost thing that goes up is fuel. So it means the cost of exporting goes up significantly higher, and it erodes the margins of exporters, because that cost is passed on to exporters. We've discussed this here. We've said that from Kenya we have seafood that is exported, we have chilled meat that is exported, we have cut flowers, we have fresh produce, that is fruit and veggies, and an assortment of other things that are exported every day to the UAE market specifically, because they are a big trading partner. Now that is affected because the first of all, capacity to export has been substantially reduced, because Middle Eastern airlines, or rather Middle Eastern carriers, are no longer coming to Nairobi to uplift a lot of this cargo in their bellies. So to me, the way to look at it is basically to strengthen our national carrier. Ambassador just talked about subsidies that were given to North Korea so that they could sustain their businesses and livelihoods through a period of turmoil. To me, we need to heavily subsidize our national carrier, because as we are discussing, Middle Eastern carriers have pulled out their capacity from Nairobi. We are only left with the national carrier. Right now, I think it has a couple of freighters, I think, that get to the UAE, 20 tonners that have the capacity to fly from Nairobi to the UAE. But it has now taken on an additional freighter of about 180 tons in an arrangement called capacity purchasing to help uplift our cargo from Nairobi to the UAE. Now, this is what we should be subsidizing heavily if we are to maintain our relationship, our export relationship with the UAE. We should be throwing everything that we can at the national carrier, so that at least fresh produce, whatever is exported out of Jomo Kenyatta, is given a lifeline. You do know that Jomo Kenyatta actually is the continent's biggest export hub by volume. There's no other hub on the continent that exports more than Jomo Kenyatta. And that livelihoods.
What about Bole International Airport?
Bole does not, it's not so much of an export hub. It's more of a transit hub. And it focuses more on the passenger business. I know you may ask about Johannesburg International Airport or Cape Town. Those are import hubs, because South Africa has a very vibrant manufacturing industry. But we export a lot, and especially the things that I've mentioned. And by volume, no other airport on the continent comes even close to us. In fact, we hardly, even in the best of times, we do not have enough capacity to uplift whatever is put in Jomo Kenyatta, even in the best of times. So there's huge potential. I think we've discussed this just before we came on set, that there's huge potential, and that in times of crisis, people ought to seize the opportunity, see where the potential is, and seize the opportunity and position themselves accordingly.